Hi everybody, and welcome back, and welcome to groundhog season. As of 7:18 this morning, when Punxsutawney Phil saw his shadow for the 102nd time or so out of 120 occasions. How long do groundhogs live when they're not this target of groundhog season? I'd sure like to know. Nevertheless, he's predicting winter for weeks longer after seeing his shadow this morning. I can't say about weeks longer, but I can say about your forecast a few more hits of winter in it. No major weather makers, but another inch or two of snow and another hit of snow as well. Two different occasions after what we saw on a lighter note earlier this week. So we could be in for a bit of a messy weekend and another chance of some white stuff next week as well. There's going to be a big warm-up in between the two, so it's going to be a big wet mess, possibly. I'll outline your forecast for you in much more detail in just a second. As I told you last night in closing, we will tonight have indictments returned yesterday by a Magoffin County grand jury. We've got indictments for theft charges. One individual now jailed over 30 times in the past several years, mostly on theft charges, indicted. Per a case that I've already covered. Nevertheless, there's an update there. Some sentencings that took place yesterday in Magoffin County Circuit Court on a couple of drug cases. If you watched the UK game the other night, I've already referred to it. What a wild game that was. I've got another one for you just as equally entertaining, and if you were there last night for the Hornet and Central matchup, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You're going to want to be here for that. Other scores and highlights and schedules for you as the season, I'm so sad to say, is winding down. And a lot of other news and information to get to. One thing quickly before we take only a brief break. The Kentucky Department for Public Health is confirming today 100 flu-related deaths here in the Commonwealth. At least 4, maybe even more than that, are confirmed to be that of children. Type A or H3N2, the worst strain that's out there this flu season. It has been widespread in Kentucky for almost 2 continuous months now. 100 deaths confirmed to date, 76 for all of last year. This is still stacking up to be one of the worst flu seasons in several years, at least 9 or 10, and those numbers are continuing to climb. And we are continually being reminded and reminding you and ourselves to cover your mouth and wash your hands. We're going to jump right to local headlines right after this with indictments and court sentencings and proceedings after these words.
You asked for it, and Appalachian Wireless listened. Appalachian Wireless proudly brings to you the plan you've all been asking for. Unlimited data. Unlimited data is only $80 a month for a single line, or get 4 lines as low as $200. See store for more details. Better service, bigger savings. That's today's Appalachian Wireless, an East Kentucky network company. Data speed slow to 25 gigabytes per line to 512 kilobits for phones and tablets, and 15 gigabytes for modems. See store for more details.
Win her heart this Valentine's Day with something beautiful to wear, or with any of the thousands of unique ways to say I love you at the seasonal shop. Candies, charms, jewelry, or indulge her in natural, chemical-free luxury. Earth Lux, 100% pure virgin coconut oil naturally formulated in India. Scrubs, conditioners, lip maintenance, shampoos, toothpaste, soaps, bath bombs, and more. The best way to say I love you and happy Valentine's Day to anyone is by doing it at the seasonal shop. Drive safe and save this winter season at Conley Tire in Staffordsville. Over 30 years of service to the community. Thousands and thousands of tires in stock every day. 6 months, same as cash. The best rebates from the best manufacturers, all at one stop in Staffordsville. Conley Tire, 297-2424.
Hi, I'm attorney Jeff Lovely. When hiring an attorney, experience does matter. For over 20 years, I've been representing clients throughout Eastern Kentucky. We are a full-service law firm, representing clients who've been injured in car accidents or at work, representing clients who need to file bankruptcy, representing clients who've been charged with a crime. For all your legal needs, contact my office when it matters. We have 2 locations for your convenience. In Sayersville at 349-4522 and West Liberty at 743-1965.
Much more than diesel specialist, Black Smoke Performance is turning out excellent auto body collision paint and repair results with free quotes and estimates on everything from insurance jobs to that ding you got in the driveway. Custom lift kits, bed liners, winches, and accessories, and full diagnostics and repair on anything gas or diesel, from brakes to fluid changes to major auto repair. If you want it fixed, lifted, painted, customized, or just maintained, just call on the team at Black Smoke Performance in Dixie of Sagersville, 100 May Drive, or 349-8785. Several people indicted by a sitting McGoffin County grand jury. Those indictments returned yesterday afternoon cover theft, drugs, violence, and other charges. They will be followed by 2 sentencings that took place in drug-related cases in McGoffin County Circuit Court on yesterday as well. These 2 were indicted by Officer Jimmy Stratton with the Kentucky State Police. This goes back to the case of the robbery or burglary, I should say, of the Dollar General store here on Parkway Drive. You'll recall the video, as stunning as it was, in which one of them, Stevie Gibson, is seen carting out buggy after buggy after buggy full, some heaped head high with merchandise totaling thousands of dollars during store hours on one evening. They have since been indicted for that theft, on theft by unlawful taking under $10,000. That does make it a felony, and also being a persistent felony offender for Stevie Gibson, and also theft by unlawful taking under $10,000 complicity for Jeff Marshall. He's also indicted on account of being a persistent felony offender in the first degree, and both have been jailed on multiple occasions even since that recent theft that took place in September of just last year. Gibson was arrested in December on possession charges and has actually been jailed in the Big Sandy Detention Center 32 times since 1999. And most all of those times that he was arrested were on theft, burglary, receiving stolen property, fleeing or evading, menacing or possession or assault charges, the majority of them being theft related. Marshall was arrested again 2 more times in December, and then one time just a couple of days ago on the 29th for criminal trespassing. He's been jailed 23 times since 1999 on mostly burglary, theft, escape, and possession charges, while both of them right now are being sought after by authorities for these recent indictments. This husband and wife were indicted on burglary and criminal mischief charges for events that took place around the 20th day of July of last year. They reportedly broke into an outbuilding at a residence here in McGoffin County, stole several items, a chainsaw, weed eater, things of that nature, valuable items. Most all of those items recovered by the McGoffin County Sheriff's Department, who brought forth the indictment before the McGoffin County grand jury, which returned the indictment with charges of burglary in the third, complicity, and criminal mischief in the third against both individuals, Ashley Conley and her husband, Jonathan Tyler Conley, also being sought to serve, I believe, these warrants on, as they've not been jailed since the warrants were released yesterday. For discharging a firearm during a domestic or some sort of situation back in May of 2017 last year, Ricky Charles Marshall, 33, of Sagersville, was indicted on account of assault in the 4th degree, domestic violence, and 4 counts of wanton endangerment. This was a situation in which there was an altercation of a family nature in which there was a weapon involved, which was discharged in the direction of other individuals, 4 of which were nearby, none of which were struck and no injuries were sustained. Nevertheless, the indictment was returned after presentation to the grand jury by McGoffin County Sheriff's Deputy Reggie Gosser. These 2 men were indicted in complicity of each other for receiving stolen property under $10,000 and criminal trespassing in the 3rd degree. This goes back to a report that I covered some weeks ago, actually back in November, in regards to the 2 of them being responsible for the theft of a Kubota tractor that had been stolen from the Salyer Branch Transport Company on Route 7. We even had security footage that went along with it showing them casing out the place, one of them getting out of a car, approaching, and then driving off with the tractor, which was just basically tracked, I believe, either through the snow or mud, all the way to where it was located and recovered by the McGoffin County Sheriff's Department. David Conley indicted on receiving stolen property and criminal trespassing, as was Chase Patrick, also on the same charges. Referencing another story that I covered that I believe you will recall, the indictment of James D. Fletcher, 32, of Sagersville. He was indicted on wanton endangerment in the 1st degree, 5 separate counts, and arson in the 3rd degree. Now, this goes back to that really huge fire that took place at the Allen Drive apartment complex on the 15th day of November. He was believed to have, as he admitted to, setting fire to his couch after a day of drinking and taking pills and being highly under the influence and intoxicated. The fire, of course, causing serious damage, destroying one or two of the apartments and displacing several tenants for several days. Once again, indicted on 5 counts of wanton endangerment for the lives that he put in jeopardy that night, and arson for the fire that he set, that of course resulted in all that damage and the dangerous situation. And lastly, a Herald man, 30-year-old Jared Douglas Hall, indicted on charges of possession of a controlled substance, that being methamphetamine, tampering with physical evidence, possession of a controlled substance in the first degree for an unspecified drug, and for being a persistent felony offender. This is a case that resulted with the investigation of Officer Mike Nichols with the Sagersville Police Department that began back in July of last year. He found Hall to be in possession of methamphetamine as well as another controlled substance, and also this being the second felony charge that had been filed or levied against him since he was 21, resulted in a persistent felony offender in the second degree indictment as well. And in other courthouse proceedings, if you will, yesterday sentencings returned or handed down against 2 women, the first being Samantha J. Cantrell, who entered a guilty plea after originally pleading not guilty before Judge Kim Childers. After reaching an agreement with the Commonwealth Attorney's Office, she pled guilty to a count of possession of a controlled substance in the first degree, which was committed back in June of last year, while count 2 and count 3 of her original indictment were dismissed per the plea agreement. She was sentenced by the judge to 3 years in prison on that single count she pled guilty to. That sentence, however, to be diverted for a period of 3 years or until she successfully completes the McGoffin County Drug Court Program. Also, as part of her plea agreement, she was sentenced to perform 20 hours a week of community service for the county during any period that she is not employed. The West Liberty woman also has several other arrests on her record for possession, for fleeing as well, and has actually been jailed in the Big Sandy Regional Detention Center since December the 4th on trafficking and methamphetamine charges. 35-year-old Amanda Lynn Charles of Louisville changed her not guilty plea to guilty per an agreement with her attorney and the Commonwealth's attorney to the second count of a previous indictment, that of possession of a controlled substance in the first degree and driving under the influence of alcohol or drugs, while counts 1, 3, 4, 5, 7, and 8 were dismissed per the plea agreement. This is a case that actually goes back to 2015. It was a traffic stop, I believe, by Officer Nichols of the Sagersville Police Department that resulted in the initial arrest. Per the plea agreement and yesterday's sentencing, she was sentenced on count 2 to 3 years in prison, and for the DUI charge, 30 days in jail to be served concurrent with each other. She was given credit for time served in jail. They're rolling out big, beautiful truck bodies every day, the best America makes in steel and aluminum, with their largest ever local stock of angle, sheet, round, I-beam, expanded, steel, and aluminum in several different finishes for whatever you're working on. And if the dump body you're driving needs parts, they've got them in stock. And if you need a big project fabricated from scratch, they've got you covered at Logan in Salyersville since 1904. Get the max with your taxes and a new car at Gateway Motors. All you have to do is take your W-2 to Borders Tax Services here in Salyersville and then go straight to buy your new ride at Gateway. You'll get your taxes done right, on time, and with the maximum refund, and you can drive your new vehicle today and pay for it when you get your tax return back from Uncle Sam. So call now to get the max for your taxes at Gateway Motors in Salyersville, 349 cars. A new inventory perfect for the season at Parkway Gun and Pawn. Gas and electric space heaters, chainsaws to make your own heat, battery chargers, generators, snow blowers, and everything you need for the winter. And of course, jewelry, guns, games, TVs, electronics, and more. And of course, they'll loan you cash on anything worth $1 at Parkway Gun and Pawn, 349 Pawn. So we all know what this Sunday is. It's Super Bowl Sunday. Yeah, we knew that. And I've got some advice for you. I've got a few tips for you on how to enjoy it and get the most out of it. the tastiest Super Bowl you can have. That advice coming up in a few minutes. Like our 100% safe and secure mobile banking app at Sayersville National, we're always working to make your life a little easier. And our mobile deposit feature gives you more freedom and more time to do what you love the most. Just open the app, confirm the amount, and click. You're done. A safe, no-hassle way to manage your money from anywhere in the... Well, you get the drift. Now get the app at Sayersville National Bank. 349-3131. More headlines, and I've got some good news for you to go out on in a few moments when we get to our sports segment. But right now, it's community calendar announcements, and a couple I have in, just not on the calendar. This one I just found out about today, and this is a really nice event, sounds like to me, titled Giving Back to the Veterans. This is tomorrow, starting at 10 o'clock in the morning at the Magoffin County Senior Citizen Center, where you can stay as long as you want. But the seniors are partnering with the Big Sandy Council Elder Maltreatment Organization to make lap quilts for the veterans at the Hazard County Nursing Home. They're going to furnish the materials. They just need you to furnish some time. So if you've got some skills, and I'm sure even if you don't, they can use the help. A great opportunity to give back to a veteran or veterans who have served our country so wonderfully. This is tomorrow at the Magoffin County Senior Citizen Center. It starts at 10 in the morning. One other announcement that I want to pass along to you before we go to a couple of birthdays. Don't forget to join them at the Magoffin County Health Department for an educational baby shower for new moms or moms-to-be. You can learn about the importance of nutrition and wellness and bonding with your baby, what to avoid during your pregnancy. This is for expecting mothers or mothers of newborns up to 3 months. And you can bring a guest with you. They're also going to have a wonderful bunch of door prizes and a free gift bag and just a wonderful time as well. That starts at 2 o'clock. Next Wednesday, 2 to 4 at the Magoffin County Health Department, but you have to RSVP. That means you have to call and let them know you're coming. They need a head count. 889-0328. There's an extension, 4230. You can also call the Health Department Monday or Tuesday and find that number or find out more details. Happy birthday goes out to a couple of folks tonight. These folks. Yeah, I kind of missed it yesterday because I just didn't have time to get it on screen. So a day belated to a now 15 plus 1, 15-year-old Michael Douglas Lackey with a lot of love from mom and a lot of love from dad and a host of family and friends. Birthday wishes, 15th birthday wishes to Michael Douglas Lackey. And to my neighbor, happy birthday, Tina, with a lot of love from Larry and a whole lot of friends. Happy birthday to you. A reminder that the Magoffin County Extension Service is now taking rootstock and plant orders: strawberry, blueberry, red raspberry, black raspberry, asparagus, candy, onion. Yep, sounds tasty. Get yours before they're gone. 349-3216. And get whatever you've got going on our community calendar. Birthdays and anniversaries too. Just get it to me. I'll tell everyone about it. Turning to funeral service announcements provided by the Magoffin County Funeral Home, a reminder of service is to be held tomorrow beginning at 1 for 79-year-old James Orville Holland of Birch Branch. He passed away on the 31st, survived by sons Robert, James Allen, and Donald Holland, and daughters Beatrice Moore, Eunice Gibson, and Sue Holland. Visitation continues this evening and prior to tomorrow's services, all from the Magoffin County Funeral Home. Burial follows services at the Literal Cemetery on Painter's Lick. And 54-year-old Lisa K. Conrad of Sayersville passed away on the 31st. She's survived by son Alex Conrad and a daughter, Kristen Conrad. Visitation will be tomorrow after 6. It will start again after 6 on Sunday, and Monday's services will begin at 1 in her honor. Both visitation and services will be from the Trinity Full Gospel Church on Burning Fork. The Magoffin County Funeral Home is in charge of her arrangements.
We are all human. Because we're not perfect, we tend to make mistakes. Unfortunately, some mistakes are severe and carry more consequences than others. If you have been hurt in a car wreck, a truck wreck, or because of someone's mistake, reckless or careless behavior, you deserve help. with your medical expenses, lost wages, and serious permanent pain and injuries that you have been made to suffer and will continue to suffer for the rest of your life. If you have been injured, I can help. I'm attorney Don Wayne McFarland. Call me and let me go to work for you. 349-9000.
Wanting you to have a healthier life means providing access to quality, affordable health care. And to do exactly that, Hope Family Medical Center offers full dental care with Dr. Pratt and his team, a pediatrician team of 3 doctors and nurses and moms, complete health care by family physician Dr. Kelly Pratt and nurse practitioners Mildred Sizemore, Gail Faria, Shannon Conley, and Heather Blair. Behavioral health services with Kimberly Davis, with in-house lab testing and results, in-house x-ray and pharmacy, and all the caring, knowledge, and experience that these medical professionals represent
at Hope Family Medical Center.
The flu has now reached epidemic proportions, and if you aren't or haven't been sick, odds are you will be. And Parkway Pharmacy has exactly what we all need to fight it and any other cold or illness. From immune boosters for adults and children as young as 2 to all natural homeopathics made right here in the United States of America. They can help prevent you from getting sick or get you fast relief if you already are. With great tasting and easy taking gummies, powdered mixes, rapid melting fruity tablets, and syrups at Parkway Pharmacy. All right, here's what you need for the game on Sunday. Get our famous double dippers. Get them with a little bit of our famous sweet wing sauce on them, and you'll go crazy, and so will everyone who's watching the game with you. Get our famous buffalo wings, our hot and spicy wings. Take them home. Get a little bit of that hot and spicy sauce on the side when you get home. Put a little bit on them. Put them in the oven. Warm them up. I promise. To die for. I do it all the time. Fried pickles. We've got crispy buffalo wings, jalapeno poppers, cheese sticks, everything you need for the perfect Super Bowl bash. My other piece of advice is call ahead. Call your order in this evening, tomorrow, early on Sunday. But if you want wings and things, there's one place, and only one place that you get them, that they're the best. It always feels as though there could never be anything more exciting than basketball in the 57th District Tournament. I'm sure all districts have their moments. We had one last night as the Hornets hosted Johnson Central. The Hornets came into last night's game with only 5 wins. They had also faced Johnson Central earlier in the season with a loss by nearly 30 at Central. The Hornets were looking for some redemption last night, and they weren't getting it in the first half. So I get there. There's 3:21 left in the second quarter. Central's up on Magoffin, 15 points, 20-35. Then Isaiah Salyer gives Magoffin County a little lift with this big 3, but Central answers right back with a bucket of their own by Jacob Rice. And here's King with the rebound and the basket, and the Eagles still rule, 32-46, their favor at the half. But a change fell over the Hornets coming out of the break. They outscore Central 8-2 in the first 2 minutes of the third. Then Whitaker comes alive with back-to-back baskets, a big three-pointer, and a bucket and one off a pass by Dylan Arnett. And another killer 3 by Whitaker puts Magoffin County within 2 points. 51-53, there's 3:20 left to go in the third. But Central and Jacob Rice keeps the pressure on, and this one puts the Eagles back on top by 7 at 2:43 in the third. Here the Hornets are down 3 at the start of the fourth quarter, and it's Whitaker on the move to the inside for a tie game. 6:24 left in the ballgame. And Whitaker, again, making it look so easy off an inbound toss to keep it a tie game. We're down to the 5-minute mark. Fast forward to the 4-minute mark, and it's Whitaker. He picks up a Central stumbles a bit on his own, but he gathers himself, gathers the ball, sends it out to Salyer, a long shot to Lovely, and his bank off the glass gives Magoffin County their first lead of the night by 1. That lasted all of 9 seconds until the answer and the basket and the 1 by Dalton Collins. It was all tied up at 3:30 to go at 69 apiece. Then Rice goes 2 of 2 at the line. He adds that to an already 1-point Eagle lead to give them 3 on top. at the 2-minute mark. And right after, Whitaker goes 2 of 2 from the stripe for his own, followed right after by another perfect 3. McGoffin County has their biggest lead at 2 points with 1:25 to go in the game. But Jacob Rice puts it right back to even with 2 more from the line. And it's even until Nolan Arnott's all open for the bucket and the 1, putting McGoffin County ahead by 3. There's 68 seconds left to go. But Rice goes back to the line where he's been golden. It's 78-77 Hornets. And speaking of golden, Rice gives Whitaker the 1-and-1 on this foul. Whitaker nails both. It's Hornets by 3. Then it's Rice on the move, a dish to Gabe Farrell. And for the life of me, I've watched this 20 times. I can't see what the referee here, who I believe is Derek Wright, saw on this call. I can't see any contact from Nolan Arnott. But nevertheless, Farrell's first shot irons off, but the second one is money, and the Hornets still lead by 2, and Coach Castle takes a 60. Now watch this. 25 to go. Lovely's inbound is picked. Farrell goes to Rice. He dribbles, jumps. Nolan Arnott gets a piece of it. Farrell grabs it, goes back up. It still won't drop. Logan Lovely pulls it down, out to Salyer, to Whitaker, all by himself with 14 to go. And then Rice brings it down the floor over to Isaiah May. 2 bounces, a step up, and a monster 3 at 4.4 seconds to go. It's 82-81 McGoffin County. Phew. And after a quick timeout, McGoffin County has to hold on. It's Arnott into Whitaker. And Rice gives the foul at 3.7 ticks. And Brady Whitaker, who was 11 for 13 from the free throw line on the night, is 2 for 2 on this trip, and 3 seconds won't be enough for Central to come back. A huge win for the Hornets. Final score 84-81. Which begs the question, what did Coach Castle say to these boys during the break?
Well, it's just taking a bunch of kids that's not been on the floor before and you know, trying to improve game by game and practice by practice. And, you know, we're striving to get out of the district tournament, and I think that we put ourselves in a good position by winning tonight. The discussion at halftime was we've got to out-hustle. They outworked us the whole first half. And, you know, it's all about effort. I mean, when somebody beats you to a loose ball on a rebound, that's all effort. And I think we come out the second half after we had a discussion, and I think they played with heart, and it was well-deserved.
And here, at the end of this report, here is your headline. It's junior Brady Whitaker. He scored 5 points in the first half. He scored 39 in the second. 44 points. A career, we'll say, to date, high. He had 7 threes. He was 11 from 13 at the free throw line and set everyone in the audience on their heels after an outstanding performance. So real quickly, where does that put everybody? Well, the Hornets on top by 3, as we just saw. That gives them a 6-17 record right now. Their 6th win. That wraps up district play for the Hornets, 1-5 in the district. They do have 6 games left on the regular season for the boys. 3 of those are home games. One of them is an away game tomorrow at Shelby Valley. As for the Lady Hornets, they are right now at 3-17 in the season. That is after a loss at Sheldon Clark going back to the 30th, a few days ago this week. They are going to be on the road tonight. They are at Central. Girls have dropped 10 in a row. They've really struggled, and they've really got some close ones under their belt. They are at Central tonight. This is their last district game. They're 1-4 right now in the 57th. Coach McKenzie and his Eagles, 81-84. We covered that. That puts them just below the even mark. They're at 11-12. They're 2-2 in the district. And that's starting to give us, of course, our district pairings or seeds. And that's going to decisively going to belong first place to someone else, not McGoffin and not Central. You can make the short list out of that in just a second. Nevertheless, the Golden Eagles are at Sheldon Clark tomorrow night at 7:30. The Lady Golden Eagles, a win, 44-40. That was on Tuesday night of this week, I guess. Nevertheless, A win on the road at Paintsville, just across town, puts them at 10-11. They are 3-0 in the district, getting ready to go close in on the tournament. They are hosting, as we said, McGoffin County tonight. Tip-off set for 7:30. And here's your number 1 seed in the 57th district. The Paintsville Tigers are 5-0 in district play. They're also rolling on a 17-5 season thus far, and they just, well, I'll say rolled over Central, but they upped them by 2, 56-54 this week. And that puts them on the road. That puts them at home, hosting Greenup County tomorrow. 4 games left on the regular season schedule for the Tigers. Their district win, of course, Tuesday versus Central gave them 5 of them. One more district game. That's the Central game next Thursday. And that will wrap up their district schedule for the regular season. The Lady Tigers of Paintsville, 3 games left. A district loss on Tuesday versus Central puts them at 3-2 in the district, 15-8 on their season. Their last district game will be at Central this Friday. And that puts me wrapping it up for this evening with a little weather talk, sponsored by Licking Valley RECC. 14 cold ones tonight. It was chilly out there today. We didn't get out of the 20s. Clear skies, calm winds. Glad we got a calm wind tonight. No precipitation tonight, but we're going to make up for that in the very near future. Your Saturday will be half and half. Partly sunny, 43 degrees. I was hoping to be close to 50. That's been updated and changed, and we're closer to the low 40s. I have a chance of rain. Really, I think the precipitation is going to hold off all day Saturday until technically after midnight into your Sunday. We'll see some rain. We'll see some snow. We'll see some more rain as temperatures get back into the 40s tomorrow. And if that precipitation is still around, I think some of it will be, at least in a light nature. Sunday night, we'll see snow on the back end of that. Light winds coming out of the west-northwest, 6 to 8 miles per hour. We'll dry up on Monday, 34, mostly sunny. We'll see about 25 for the low that night. Tuesday, we'll climb back up to 47. That's our next snow event. The first one over the course of the weekend, an inch, maybe 2 for some folks. I think Tuesday looks to be a little bit on the lighter side of that even, but a couple of little hits of winter on our way in the forecast period. 47 on your Tuesday. We'll be close to that freezing mark on Tuesday night. We'll just have to wait and see how much rain, snow we'll see there in the middle. Wednesday of next week, we're back to the mid-40s. We're back to the 30s the day after that.
And that's going to wrap it up for this evening, for this week as well. As always, and it goes double time now, if you see any news out there that we need to see for Your News Today or the Sagersville Independent, snap a pic, get a clip, let us know one way or the other. And, of course, we would love to hear from you as much as possible. We hope you have a wonderful, safe, and relaxed and calm weekend is what I'm wishing for. We hope if you're going to watch the Super Bowl, as I'm sure most of you are, your team wins. If it's Philadelphia. We'll see you back here next week for more of Your News Today. Thanks for watching, and have a good night.